What's up, Sugaring Community? This is Fast Freddy, also known as SDC. Kind of wanted to have a quick venting session today. Hopefully, you guys can learn from my issues and frustrations. I've talked a lot about this for the past couple videos. Probably, I don't know if you've been following, but for some reason, I know the dating sort of landscape is full of shit. But it specifically, I don't know if it's post-COVID or something, the quality has severely gone down. There are, I think sugaring, and I kind of predicted this was going to be standard. Girls are kind of tired of dating, not getting anything out of dating. That doesn't mean that they won't give up for the, 1% of the alpha population who they feel is high value or good looking. But everyone else, your chances now, unfortunately, are much lower. And if you want any type of chance, you have to sort of get closer and closer as closer you can to being a high value male, and that includes being good looking. That includes being having provision in finances and money, and that also includes status. And us in the sugaring community, we shouldn't fool ourselves into thinking we're 100% alpha or high value. I mean, we are sort of creating a synthetic version of that. That's how we should think. Nonetheless, I mean, so we're dealing with girls that are just full of shit. And I just, the reason I'm sort of venting is I have a large roster of girls, healthy roster. I've had to sort of increase my numbers just because quality has gone down, and so my conversion rate has been very low. And it's been frustrating. I mean, I've been running into girls. First of all, you get girls that are sixes expecting, to be treated like tens. Just random girls, nothing special about them, jumping on the site expecting to get hundreds and hundreds of dollars, or thousands of dollars, let's say even, because they heard someone did it, and they, women are not really accountable or told the truth, so they think they're like a 9 or 10. Maybe some betas have been treating them like that, so they think, they come in, they waste my time and think, they're completely overweight or ugly or something like that. I saw something in them that I could feel like, okay, I might be attracted or interested, but then they expect to be treated like a 10, and so that's the first thing. The second thing is I've been going on a lot of dates with girls, and it's been going awesome. I feel like my game has been tight. They've been having high interest. They initiate contact. They initiate the meetings, and they're pushing for it. And then once it happens, they don't pull the trigger. So, for example, they'll meet the first meeting, and then after that, even the second meeting, they'll want to meet, but then ghost. They won't respond. They'll flake on dates. They'll call back or text after days and days, which is frustrating because, I think all of us put a lot of, not only we all are looking forward to these meetings, but I think for me, I put a lot of effort to make time. I'm a busy man. I'm an executive. I have a family even, so I kind of make time. Specifically, I'll block off time, no meetings, no family things. It takes a lot for me to free up time. So when I do, I expect them to take it seriously. And it's always frustrating when your time is not valued, no matter how long you've been doing this. And so I just feel like lately it's been happening a lot. And it's crazy because before it would be from girls that didn't show high interest. Now it's like girls who really show high interest. So, and there's a couple reasons probably for that. Number one, okay, we don't want to not take accountability. It could be me. It's hard for me to think that, but it could be. It's a possibility, and I have to accept that. So first of all, I mean, I've been doing this a long time. I have a lot of experience. I kind of know when my game is tight. Kind of know when I'm skipping rules or taking shortcuts. My game, even I do feel that even when my game is tight, this shit happens. But maybe not. Maybe I'm getting complacent. Maybe I'm breaking rules, who knows? I mean, I just don't see it because I'm saturated. So that could be one of the things. And for me, the solution to that is either going back to the rules. And by rules, I mean things like dating rules from Corey Wayne, dating rules from the Alpha, Red Pill, Stratosphere. Things like not responding too quick. Things like only contacting once a week. Things like that. That could be it. The other things we gotta understand is just the quality's lower. These girls are entitled, and it's becoming more bullshit. These girls are, number one, they're not really there's all these random girls that are not serious about sugaring. They're just coming to test it out, and then they get scared, and they don't pull the trigger. So number one, you're dealing with more green girls, which on one hand, they're very, if you can catch one, it's very good because they don't have high expectations. They're not jaded. They don't have a bunch of bodies. At the same time, they're very hard to catch because they don't have experience. They're very scared and fearful. Another thing is, like I said, these girls are entitled. They just, they just feel like they're the shit, and everybody is treating them that way, and they have no respect for anyone except themselves, and their situation. Whatever it is, the bottom line is I want to tell everyone here, and it took me a long time to get to this because I was sort of venting, but listen, we gotta understand, if your game is tight, you're decent, you look decent, you're healthy, you have money, you're a good guy, you're better than 90% of the men that she's been with, and you're about to pay her and give her a financial security that no one has given this girl. Not her boyfriends who have been dicking her down, and not her baby daddy who got her pregnant and left her, not her dad who wasn't in her life, not any of her 20-year-old friends who don't know what the hell they're doing, don't know about their life, have no direction, but she's treating you the worst. She's having sex with those guys, she's going to breakfast with them, etc. She's loving them, giving them attention and time, but you, and I'm talking to myself, who's paying her rent, who's making her orgasm, who's treating her correctly and with sometimes more quote-unquote love than even their exes, she's not respecting. And that's just clear alpha beta dynamics that everyone is explaining, but you need to remember that. So what I'm saying is you can't take this flaking and BS lightly. If a girl is not responsive, if a girl is not, taking your time seriously, taking the money that you're giving seriously, and not being submissive, of all people, she should be more submissive to you than anyone else. So you need to not take that and move on quickly. Not only because of the principle of respect, but also it is going to cause you a headache later on. You're just going to be bending over backwards, waiting for responses, paying more money, dealing with more flaking, canceling things, having problems in your time. You really, and so I'm talking to people who are stuck on that one girl that they want to really see. And I want to make it clear that you need to move on. This is a clear sort of alpha male, high value, red pill strategy or philosophy, is that you don't take shit. It's even more important here because money's involved. So don't take it. Move on to the next girl. Have a higher roster. And I say this because there were some girls that I had high interest that I really liked, and I saw potential. And I've had to just buckle it up, remind myself, move on, because all the potential in the world is not worth, this headache. So anyway, just good reminder for myself. I wanted to remind everyone who's listening or following me, don't take the BS. No, none of these girls are worth it. None of them are worth, this itself disqualifies her. No matter how good of a person she was, no matter how beautiful, this itself, the disrespect disqualifies her. So save yourself time and headache. Move on to the next girl who is pretty and also respectful of your time and also has high interest. So keep going. Do not stick with one. Do not be stuck on one. You serially have a roster, and then make a girl prove that she's worth the opportunity to date you and have your provision. That's all I got today. Comments below. Talk to you soon.